Hello, everybody. Today is the 5th of September, and it's actually Happy New School Year for all the students in Vietnam. It's actually the first, for Vietnamese students, a lot of them celebrate the first day of school on September the 5th. And there is actually an opening ceremony, an online opening ceremony that will be taken at the convention center in Hanoi City, and then that will connect it to all the satellite school and or I think or Vietnam or Hanoi City. And it's something new, and I do hope that with the technology that will bring some sense of unity and some sense of collaboration together. But I also hope that each school will host some kind of activities to celebration activities so that the student can have the chance to enjoy it themselves rather than just listening to all the speech. You know that they are quite young, so those speech might be quite boring for them. And then so I just want to send, the good spirit, the good wish to all the students there in celebration, in occasion of new school year. Now we're going to start with our pen story, okay? What is it? It's a pen. What do we use a pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm going to read this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog one. The human is also correct in the human one. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. It becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Rishi Michael applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with revenue of $250 million a year. So he's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Now we're going to go back to know what the emptiness is not first, okay? So first, the emptiness is not nothingness. The emptiness is not blackness or, blackness or whiteness. It's not like a no feeling, no happiness, no sadness. It's just itself. It's just itself without anything interacting with it. And that is exactly the reason why when this thing on the table and when the human and the dog is almost, do not interact with it, it's almost come back to true self we call the emptiness. So why the emptiness is so magical? Because along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So for instance, so this thing, this is almost nothing, right? But then as soon as I go back into the room and look at this becomes the pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes the chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, or we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? Oh, it becomes too thin a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So everything, every single thing, including ourselves, we all possess the emptiness, which is our very true self when we don't interact with anyone, when there's nothing to interact with. But because we have the we will in our nature of our life, we will always interacting with someone. So we all have the potential of what we are, what we truly are with other people. So that is the second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from within itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from our mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from our mind, right? So now we're gonna change our mind, and I'm gonna believe this one become a diamond. Okay, so please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are sit inside our mind that the ancient wisdom coils come up. When we see something that sit inside our mind, Baba open up and cover this and made it see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those sit into your mind then? Only you can plant the sit into your mind, and only I can plant the sit into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially to other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friends. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it and it start living more in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up and cover this and made me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And that is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. But with that, I also want to stress the importance of being able to listen to yourself, to understand yourself, and to respect yourself. I think that is critical to understand to do all those things with yourself first before you can do anything to other people. Because if you wouldn't be able to love yourself, you wouldn't be able to understand yourself, you wouldn't be able to do listen to yourself. How would you be able to do that to other people? In the long run and with sincerity. I think that is something very, very important. So do it to yourself, practice with yourself, having the true love with yourself, the true understanding, the true bonding with your own body before you do it to other people. And that will solidify all those actions. And it is actually will be more sustainable. The second lesson, built on the first lesson, is that, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we learn to trust our potential. We learn to trust everyone's around us, everything around us potential, and then we work toward potential. But in order to know the potential, to see the potential, and to work that potential, we have to accept who and what we truly are, just the same with what they are first. So when we know, we accept what the emptiness first, what they truly are impossible, then we will be able to see all the good thing, all the potential that they are capable of, or we are capable of, and we work to help them, help us working toward that potential. So I think that is something again that building the sustainability in everything that we do. And we do it with happiness, with love. And the third lesson is that everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we'll be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our word, our action, our thoughts to other people. So with that, we learn that, anything that we have in our mind is gonna come to what our word. If we have it in the mind, we'll work through it, and then we talk, we work through it, then that's gonna become the reality. So that built up to the second lesson is that when you see the potential, when you accept the emptiness, you see the potential in your mind. That is when you'll be able to work toward it, make it your reality, or their your reality once you truly know, you truly believe that. And I think that is something this is actually when I tell you this, I actually remember a very popular saying that I often tell myself. So whatever that you have in your mind, eventually you will have it in your hand. So just be very careful what you think about, okay? And then the final lesson is how to create or manifest your dream life by using your we're using all the lesson. The first thing is that using the potential to know what you want in your life, your dream life, and then start. And then using that, using your word, your action, your thoughts with other people, so that you can planting those seeds into your mind. So for instance, if you want to have a happiness, then you start planting the happiness using your word, your action, your thoughts with other people, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then you should work your action, your thoughts with other people, helping other people to be, um, happier. And just like that, whatever that you want, making sure that you use your work, your action, your thoughts with other people. And then, that is the best way to plant the seed and ensure that the seed gonna be there in your mind. One thing I want to point out to you all is that a lot of time when people are doing good deed, they often think that it's gonna come back, they're gonna receive something back, and it is natural, like but then I do believe that it's the circle of life. So if you do something good to other people, in the end, you will receive something bad, something good from other people. It might not be the same person, but it's gonna be from something else in life. However, when that thing happened, we don't know. So we only know that once we do something good, good thing will come back to us. When we do something bad, bad thing gonna come back to us, and that is karma. And I think that is the very, very that is the foundation of every life, every living things in this entire world. Um, so that's the full lesson that I would like to share with you all today. And the actual lesson that I would like to share today is the past couple of days has been the past not a couple of days, but then I think the past month has been very challenging because we have a lot of work to do to cover our we have a lot of activities going on, and so it's been quite challenging to make sure that we follow all the steps, getting everything done. But then I see that through those difficulty, um, I would have the opportunity to expose to a lot of different things like drafting the correspondence, preparing the scholarship, all the paperwork, as well as really having a really deep dive to prepare for everything of the HPT. Um, Aside from my other responsibility on my work as well. So it's quite tiring because I have to work really late at night and the work hours really really long. But I I I and sometimes I complain. I have to say that sometimes I complain, but in the end, I feel very blessed. First to still having the job. I think being able to work and work as something you love and you learn from it every day is a blessing. The second thing is that I learn more. I have the opportunity to expose to different things so I can learn different aspects of the job rather than just focusing on my little segment. So I think that is a great opportunity too. And I'm really grateful for that opportunities to kind of learning new learning new things as well as to adapt myself to different environment. And I think that will actually make me a better employee, better person, I hope. So that's the lesson that I would like to share with you all. I think that is it is the lesson of number two. And lesson number two, the emptiness and the potential. So thank you so much everyone for listening to me today. Thank you, Allah, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journey. And if by me sharing with you my pain story or my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world, any other words with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone.